Hi everybody, it's Claire, and in my last video I showed you how to make snowy backgrounds, which is linked in below. So you may be wondering why on earth we're doing snowy backgrounds. It's not Christmas and it's not July. So I set myself a challenge, which was the 5 C's Carimbo Challenge, which stands for Claire's Creative Christmas Card Challenge. And I wanted to create Christmas cards throughout the year to send to people because I failed to send very many at all last year. So part of that was I've been using the Snowman Seasons stamp set. But what I've also found is because I am making cards before the new catalogue comes out and also before the new June to December mini catalogue comes out, there's very little designer series paper which I can use which represents snow. So I created my own. So I'm going to show you in this video some of the ways that I have been using some of these, and then future videos will also show some other quick, easy, simple cards to make using your own creative designer series paper. So today's card is going to be using these two. And it is a really cute simple card which you can use different things on. So for this one I have used the Snowman, and then I have utilised paper from the current catalogue because it does look a little bit Christmassy. So that's the Artistry Blooms designer series paper. So this will be available until the end of April. And I went a bit wrong on this card. So I'd made a mini card because sometimes I use a 14 by 10 card to go in my example folder, which is sort of a We Are Memory Keepers huge 12 by 12 folder that I store cards in, and it stores 6 cards on each page, so they have to be smaller than I normally make them. Then I forgot and realised that actually rather than creating a tent fold, I had created a side fold. And when I went to trim down the papers, I actually cut this apart. So I ended up sticking it onto the front of a different card, so it's now got layers. So this here is 10 by 14, and my actual card base is 14.5 by 10.5. And everyone's going to say to me, but Clara, metric is 14.8. Yes, it is, but I do them in 14.5s because I have blonde moments and forget how to count. And so actually it is a piece of card which is 29 centimetres and then scored at 14.5. And I quite like those sorts of cards. So this piece of paper here is, I thought it was about 7. Yeah, so it's 7 centimetres. So I'm going to show you how to make this card. It's really quick and easy, and let's get started. So I have decided that I want some cards which looks like nightscapes. So I've taken those two, and I'm going to take my trimmer, and I am going to score this at, I'm going to cut this at 7. So I'm going to line those up. Might go for 7.5 actually. So we're going 7.5. 7.5. 7.5, and then this last one should be 7.5. Should we check? Is 7.5, and they should be 7.5 by 10.5. So I'm just going to check that. Yep, that's right. So we have got 4 pieces of card. So this is Pretty Peacock. This is Misty Moonlight. Which are 7.5 by 10.5. So that's why I cut it into 10.5 strips when I was making my messy parts. Okay, so I'm not going to make all of them. I'm only going to show you how to make one, but it would repeat itself, so it's quite an easy, simple card to make multiple batch making of. So all I have here is a tentfold card, which is 29 centimeters by 10.5 centimeters, and then I have scored it at 14.5. And I am going to just add this designer series paper to the top, or my own created designer series paper to the top. So I'm just going to take my glue and I'm just going to go around, she says, just going to go around the sides and then in the middle. Like so, and then all I'm going to do is turn it over and check, and that looks fine, it's not too bad. So what you can do is then just trim off any bits that you think doesn't look quite right. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to make the snowman. So as I said on my last video, the quickest way of doing this is to take a piece of card, and this is thick whisper white, which is, these are 5.5 and this is 5. And then you would take your snowman stamp, so I'm using this one. So I've just added the snowman on to the D block, but I also have been using the free blocks that you get in kits as well for the different sentiments. And then I am just going to take my smoky slate again, and the other one you could use for this is grey, basic grey, and I can't actually remember which way round the punch will go actually, so it goes up, so that's fine. And then you can just simply punch this out and you don't have any excess or messed up card if you go along. So let's move that out of the way and put this away. So this is the matching punch. You can get this in the catalogue as well. So it matches Snowman Season, and it cuts out his hat, his nose, and the snowman and his arms. So let's put that away. And there is my snowman. So while we are doing the stamping, I am going to take my Misty Moonlight. I'm going to take my Merry Christmas. I am going to ink up my Merry Christmas, and I am going to line up my card, and I'm going to stamp my Merry Christmas somewhere down here, like so. So on my original cards I actually did that in basic black, but I think that it looks better in the Misty Moonlight. And then I'm going to colour in my snowman. I'm going to colour in my snowman, and I am going to take my blend, which, as I said, is good because you get the two in the same pack. You don't have to buy multiple colours of them. And I'm going to take my light blend and just go under there like so to give him a bit of dimension. So as I said in the last video or a few videos ago, you can decorate the snowman any way you like to. So we could give him a hat, we could give him a scarf. So what I have been doing is fussy cutting the scarf, which is on this snowman here, but for this snowman I will make him a hat. So to do that, I'm just going to take my hat stamp. I am going to take my smoky slate, and I'm going to take my piece of paper and I'm just going to cut this bit off, and I'm going to stamp my hat, and hopefully I should be able to get that to fit in my, oh nope, I've stamped it the wrong way around. This way. Let's see if that works. That's better. In my punch. And I'm just going to line that up. And punch him out. And then I'm going to move these out of the way, and I'm going to take some other blends. So I have got Mr. Moonlight Light, I've got Real Red, and I have got Light, and I have also got Shaded Spruce Light. So I'm just going to use the bullet end to colour in my little hat. And it doesn't matter if it's not perfect. It's so simple, easily to colour with the blends. Very forgiving. And you don't have to be a qualified colorista. There we go, we've got a hat. Actually looks okay. Might need to do a bit of titivating on the hat. So I did end up making another hat purely because actually this is my original hat, and because I was trying to look at it so far away, I'd gone outside the lines. So this one's a bit tidier, still using the same blends. And then you can decide whether you want to colour anything else in. So I've decided that he's going to have Real Red buttons as well. So he's going to be a red snowman. So we're going to add the hat to the snowman. So I'm just going to take the fine tip glitter, the fine tip glue pen even, and I'm just going to dab a little bit at the top of his head. And I think I might have got it stuck a little bit. Okay. So I've just done some detailed glue fixing. I haven't used it for quite a while because I wasn't sure where it was, and then I found it in my glue container. I was just being a bit blunt. Okay, so I'm just going to stick the hat on sideways. I think that looks quite cute. And there I have my snowman. Now I think it needs a bit more pizzazz, so I'm going to add glitter. I think red glittery buttons will look amazing. So I'm going to take my detailed glue again, and then I am going to add dots to my snowman. I'm going to clear the top, and I'm going to put the lid straight back on. So that it doesn't dry up again. And I'm going to put that back in my glue box. Now I'm just leaving the dots for a little while because when I pick it up I don't want it to run. And I'm going to try and do this as straight as possible. And there I have red glittery dots. I'm just going to blow that off a bit, but yep, I have red glittery dots for buttons. Now the only problem with me doing that is I'm now going to have to leave them to dry before I can add dimensionals. So what you would do is you would add dimensionals to the back of him and then add him to your card there, and then we have that bit done. And the only thing left to do is the inside. So I have got a piece of card which is 13.5 by 9.5, and I am going to take my Misty Moonlight again. I'm going to bring in the sentiment. I'm just going to add some ink, and then I am going to put that close to the top. And there we have our sentiment. Really simple. And if you want to, you could just add a random hat at the bottom to tie in the front and the back. So I am going to try, while waiting for this to dry, to colour this in as well. So I'm going to colour this in with my blends again. So as I said, I have got Misty Moonlight, Shaded Spruce and Real Red. And there my inside matches my outside. I'm just going to move the Snowman to the side a second. And I am going to use some Tombow to add my inside to my card. Put this to the side. And then is Mr. These a bit dry? Nope, they're not dry yet. That was a bad plan, Claire. Bad plan. Oh well, right, we're going to do it anyway. So I have got my dimensionals. I've got them on my fingers, and hopefully we can do it this way. I am going to drop some on the Snowman. And then we've got his hat. So for his hat, I'm going to use a mini dimensional. Because the big ones are just a little bit too big. I'm going to peel off the backing. For all of those. And I'm going to peel off the mini dimensional as well, obviously. Which I wasn't. Oh, let's do a different one. I think it's because it was stuck to my finger before I decided to add it to the Snowman. And also because I've not got it on flat, it's not. There we go. So there's my Snowman on my snow scene, and I think that is a really cute card. So I've got some more scenes to use, and I will show you in another video what else I've made. So it's a really cute, simple card, which I shall be sending out for Christmas cards this year. And I'm going to be fixing the button that's gone a bit wrong. So thank you very much for pressing play on the video today. If you've got any questions, you can contact me, claire@handmade.hudsons.co.uk, or you can find me on the twinterweb, Handmade at Hudson's. You can find me on Facebook, and you can find me on Pinterest. So I hope this has inspired you to make a really simple Christmas card and to send them out. And thank you very much for joining me, and I hope to speak to you soon. Thank you. Bye.